we're going through some tremendous change in Boynton Beach, and most people embrace it, others are terrified of it. So our approach is, let's engage them, let's have our community part of our conversation. So they need to be part of the talk of where we're heading, what's our vision of our city in 5, 10, 20 years, 50 years, where are our challenges financially, what do we think solutions are to help us sustain ourselves as a city. The community needs to be part of that conversation to understand the change that may be coming about or why it's necessary. And we find by doing that, they become part of the problem solving and really have tremendous insight to contribute. So we've found that managing those processes and keeping the communications open with our residents and keeping them informed through all of our social media and our newsletters and what have you, that they know what's going on and they feel more comfortable about that and are excited about it.
In DeLand, and I know in a lot of other communities, we have a strategic plan. I think that's a really good baseline, is to have a strategic plan charting your course to the future. And then additionally, we also do something they call the visioning plan. We have one going on right now called the 2050 visioning plan. So that's going out, asking the community what they think, what they like to see in the community, talking about growth, talking about all sorts of things. And then when you get that type of feedback, you can incorporate that into how you operate the city.
You have to engage the community. You need to be able to share the long-term goals, get them to be part of that process so that it's not top-down management from the city down to the citizenry.
Well, again, it starts with having those welcome debates about what is important. What do we want to be when we grow up? I mean, Naples has gone through a revitalization, like I mentioned, over the last 20 years. Some of the new growth that we're seeing with mixed-use communities and a younger demographic moving in, and price points on the property keeps going up. Some folks are beginning to have concerns that is the city able to take this new dense amount of growth, or is it going to change the fabric of who we are and what our identity is? With all of that being taken into consideration, it's building consensus and working with the neighborhood associations and the folks that have been there a long time, along with the development community, to look at what is going to be the meaningful change long term and what is our identity, what is our signature. And having those conversations often is really important to make sure that the community is anticipating the change, that they're a part of the dialogue, and that they're embracing the change.
Well, I think we all take the basic responsibility of running the day-to-day of the government, but on top of that we have the responsibility to strategically think. And so we have to have a piece of our mind thinking about how do we position the community for the future, and a big important part of that is how do we communicate that to the elected officials and the public and involve them in the process.